Hey guys, a very good day to all of you. My name is Jip Ng. Today I am doing this video just to share a little bit on the Singapore landed property market performance, right? And as I think you are already aware, this year itself, landed property market has performed very, very well, right? For example, the Q3, we have seen about 648 transactions, right? Just in Q3 itself, immediately after our circuit breakers, right? And the strong performance continue to climb and spill over to the Q4 of this year. And so far as the time that I'm recording this video, I just checked the record. We have about 594 total transaction just in Q4 itself for landed property, right? So it make up the whole year of 2020. We have about 1,844 transactions, and that's actually way above even as compared to 2019. We have about 1,539 unit transacted for landed property, right? But guys, we are in a COVID-19 situation, right? But you can see the landed property market actually has performed very, very well, right? So that prompted me to do this quick sharing. I just want to share with you, the kind of increment in terms of the average per square foot for various type of landed property in Singapore, and in some of the most popular district, how are they performing, right, in the last 15 years, right? So that will be my sharing today. I hope you guys will find this sharing beneficial, and if you really like my sharing, you can always head on to my YouTube channels, right? Subscribe to my channels and hit the notification bell so that whenever I put up a new video, you will be getting the notification. Right, so without further ado, I'm going to start my sharing. First of all, let me connect to the screen. Yes. I'm here, right? So my topic today, 2006 to 2020. I've done some graph, some of the research data to let you guys understand, right? In the past almost 15 years, landed property, right, perform, how it is actually performed years after years, and what kind of increment of growth that you can see from the last 15 years, right? So I'm going to start with some of the strata landed housing, because this is actually part of the landed property in Singapore. All right, beside the usual conventional landed property, we have this group of property called strata landed housing. And what is strata landed housing? It is basically a hybrid of conventional landed property and condominiums. It means you will get a landed feel, right? But at the same time, you are able to enjoy the condo facilities, the having the 24/7 securities, and so on, right? So normally it is located in a landed estate. Yeah, but some of the strata landed housing you are able to find in a big condominium projects as well, right? So this is strata landed housing. Yeah, right. So what's the advantage of owning a strata landed housing, right? Basically, like what I already mentioned, you can have a landed feel living environment, enjoy the condominium lifestyle, especially the facilities, the 24/7 security guard, designated car lots. I think this is quite important in a way that if you are staying in a conventional landed property, sometimes, especially if you're in the older house, inside the house car porch area, you're only able to park one car, right? So most of the time, the owner actually park the car along the street, and if the street is a bit narrow, that will pose a problem here. Why? Because everybody will start to use a dustbin outside the house to chop for the parking space, and eventually, if we never handle properly, sometimes among the neighbors might end up into not very happen kind of situation, right? So this is quite normal in a conventional landed property environment, right? And if you are into the strata landed housing, of course, one of the good things is you don't have to worry about the maintenance. You just have to pay the maintenance fee every month, and your house will be taken care by the MCST, right? It's something, it forms part of the condominium projects. If you are in the condominium strata landed, or if not, then someone will be taking care of you. So some of the concern that buyer has, the experience that I come across is they are worried about the maintenance and they don't want to do the maintenance themselves. Right? So one of the good way is actually coming into strata landed housing projects, right? So that you don't have to worry about the maintenance. And definitely strata landed housing, you'll get a much bigger living area because it's not only on a single story, some with two stories, 3 story to 3.5 story, and it comes with a basement as well. So definitely you are able to enjoy a more livable space, especially the newer condominium are getting very, very small nowadays. Right, so there's an advantage of owning a strata landed housing in Singapore. All right, and this is actually the graph that I pulled out to let you understand in the past 15 years, from 2006 to 2020, right? You can see the movement of the conventional landed average PSF has increased by 108%, right? This is a national average overall, all the district in Singapore, and you can see the volume hovering around like 200-300 units, per 99 years conventional landed property, 200 plus unit per year, right? So with certain years, actually you can see some of the volume are hitting quite high, right? So this is the overall 99 years conventional landed property average per square foot performance, right? In the whole of Singapore, in the last 15 years, increased by 108%, right? And how about a freehold counterpart? The freehold overall island-wide conventional landed property actually has done much better as compared to 99 years, because freehold is very rare. It has increased by 181%, right? So definitely, if you have the means, because today the freehold conventional landed property, the pricing has increased by a lot, and it's not going to be very cheap, not going to be very affordable, right? So this is a group of property that I think it will keep continuing to go up over times because of the very limited supply of freehold landed property in Singapore, right? Because overall we have only about 74,000 units of landed property in Singapore, and that comprises of strata landed, conventional landed, freehold, and 99 years as well, right? So if you break them down, in fact, freehold conventional landed property is not having a lot of a huge numbers, right? So that explains why the price will continue to climb year after year, right? So this is overall Singapore freehold conventional landed average PSF increased by 181%, right, over the last 15 years. Yeah, and we also have a group of landed called strata landed that I have just explained to you. 99 years strata landed overall average, national average, actually went up by 157% in the last 15 years. So you can see strata landed 99 years, the performance is stronger than the conventional landed 99 years. Right, so this is average per square foot to let you roughly have a feel of how the market are being performed for strata landed, especially the 99 years one, right? And we also have another group called freehold strata landed average PSF. Yeah, so national average increased by 42%. This is mainly the supply of freehold strata landed in Singapore is not a lot. Majority of the strata landed are in fact 99 years. right? So we only see 42.23% increment, right? And normally freehold strata landed, you only can find maybe in not every district in Singapore. They are not very common, right? So increased by 42.23%. Yeah. So the next thing I am going to share with all of you is actually the breakdown of the individual district performance. Right. So far, I've showed you the overall island-wide average per square foot for different type of landed property, right? But if we actually break them down into a different districts, so I only pick up those districts that have most landed property, right? So first of all, I think District 19 is one of the biggest districts having the most landed property in Singapore. You can see the 99-year strata landed average per square foot increased by 158% in the last 15 years, right? 158% for District 19 strata landed, yeah. And District 19 freehold strata landed increased by 84.93%. Just now was the 99 years. Now is actually the freehold strata landed average per square foot increased by 84.93% in District 19 over the last 15 years, right? And how about District 28? Strata landed average PSF increased by 18%, right? 99 years strata landed PSF increased by 18.8%. That is in District 28 with Strata Hill Estate there, right? So you can see the 99 years strata landed average PSF increased by only 18.8%, right? Versus freehold in the same District 28 strata landed average PSF increased by 150%, right? So it looks like District 28 strata landed freehold is having a better demand, and we have more volume in terms of the transaction as well, right? That's why you can see the price went up by quite a fair bit in the last 15 years. Yeah. And the other District 15, also we can see some freehold strata landed in this area. The increment increased by 99% over the last 15 years. District 15, one of the prime district for landed property, right? But District 15 don't have 99-year strata landed projects, right? So they only have the freehold, right? And majority of them are like from the collective sales of a conventional landed. They combine and a few houses and they start to build, the developer will start to build strata landed. That was way before the government came out the new ruling for strata landed constructions, right? So this kind of housing project right now, you will not be able to see a lot of strata landed project in the market right now, right? Because government has implemented a new rule. They control developer to build the numbers of units on the same plot of land under the new formulas to calculate actually greatly reduced. So I don't think there will be extra incentive for developer to build strata landed in the future. That's why the supply of strata landed definitely is going to come down moving forwards, right? Because developer don't have additional incentive. Last time on the same plot of land, if compared to conventional and strata landed, they are able to build much more units if they go for strata landed. But right now, the number of units that they are able to build, it will be quite similar to a conventional landed or strata landed. They will be about the same. But for strata landed, developer have to come out much higher construction costs to build a project, right? They have to dig the basement, they have to provide the facilities, but all this they are not able to sell, correct? Right? So there's one reason. Due to the new rule coming in, implemented by government, right? It will not have additional incentive if developer choose to build strata landed projects, right? So most likely, if they have a plot of land, they are going to build conventional landed rather than strata landed in the future, right? So the supply of strata landed in Singapore will be dropping because of a new ruling, right? So there's something maybe you want to take note as well, right? So District 15, only freehold strata landed housing, and District 16, yeah, we have quite a fair bit of 99-year strata landed project, and in the last 15 years, it has increased by 120%, right? 120%, right? As you can see from here, and the freehold in District 16, talking about strata landed, increased by 131.78% in the last 15 years. That's, I'm talking about the average per square foot, right? And the other district, which is District 5, 99 years. This one I put in the conventional landed average per square foot as well. It has increased by 64.46% for the 99 years in District 5, whereby from the west coast belt all the way down to Pasir Panjang, right? The stretch of southern part of Singapore Islands, right? District 5, 99 years, conventional landed actually went up by 64.46%. Yeah, District 5 freehold conventional. Yeah, this is something whereby it's coming in very strong. It went up by 190.52%. Right. So this is what I mean during the beginning of this sharing. Right, conventional landed property will continue to perform well over times, right? And today the pricing of this type of property is getting very, very expensive. Yeah, and a lot of the houses are old, right? So if you buy over this kind of old house, normally you have to get a builder, get architect, and come out additional more than $1 million to go for the rebuild if you want a modern house, right? But some buyers choose not to go through this kind of trouble because it will take about 1 to 1.5 years before you're able to move in, and along the way I think it's very stressful. A lot of time will be spent on meeting the architect, the builders, choosing the materials, making all the amendments, right? So this is something that most of the buyer prefer not to go through, right? So in case if you want to go through this kind of rebuilding process and yet you want a modern house, the only choice is you have to go and buy from those developers that are having some units on hand whereby they are going through the process and they will sell to you with a premium, and that's the profit that they are making, right, for their business. Yeah, so that's why the newer landed property are getting very expensive, because the construction cost also is getting more expensive, and definitely developers who are into this kind of business, they need profit for their business, right? So they will have to mark up and sell to you, right? So if you don't want, then another alternative for you, if you really want to stay in a very modern house with swimming pool, right, with facilities to enjoy, then strata landed might be a good choice for you and your family. Right, District 5 freehold strata landed in the last 15 years increased by 59.56%, right, in terms of average per square foot. Yeah, and there's another group of strata landed called 99 years strata landed in District 15. Look here, right, District 5, 99 years strata landed average per square foot. This will blow your mind, ladies and gentlemen. Right, look here. The price has increased by 770% in the last 15 years in District 5, 99 years strata landed housing. Wow, can you imagine? 770%. Yeah, but what makes District 5 strata landed so special? Why the price can increase by so much? Right, so I've actually did some thinking process, right? So the thing that I can think of why this particular district from West Coast to Pasir Panjang strata landed housing actually increased by 770% over the last 15 years, right? One of the main reasons is actually we don't have a lot of landed supply in District 5, right? I think the whole of District 5, we only have about 3,000 over units of landed property, right? So which is the number is very low. Yeah, right. You can only see some in the West Coast area and then some in the Pasir Panjang area, right? That's it. You will not get a lot of landed property, but this area, this location is very centralized and it's very near to CBD, especially if you are in the Pasir Panjang area, right? Just a few minutes drive, you'll hit the CBD area, right? It's very easily accessible through the highway, right? This is something that draw a lot of buyer into this area, and especially if they are landed property level, right? They don't have much choices to pick from in District 5. Yeah, so location is one of the main factor, and the supply of landed property low is another factor, right? And followed by this area also have the natural reserve, natural park, and it's very near to waterfront, like our southern waterfront, right? Singapore Island Southern Park. So that you will see a lot of waterfront living, those parks that are along the waterway, right? At Kent Ridge Park, for example, Hawk Park, right? Mount Favors. Yeah, so these are the things that maybe also it helps to draw a lot of buyer into this area, and especially after 2011. Yeah, in the older days, right? This part is not so popular, this part of the island, right? Because the connectivity, the infrastructure is not so what I call it, up to date in a way, right? As compared to today, right? And this is also a Singapore education hub, right? You have NUS, you have the Singapore Poly, we have a lot of international school, we have like what call it, the SIT, right, and so on, right? So this part definitely is a education hub, the western part of the island, right? So that will draw many buyers, right, coming into this area. And this is Mrt Transformation. Yeah, this is something that really spark up the demand of landed property in this area. You can see about 2011 here, the demand actually shot up, the price went up also, right? And before the MRT, this whereby 2011 is the Circle Line start to operate into this Pasir Panjang area, right? And you can see before that, the volume, the green bar is the volume, right? The volume also has gone up, meaning more people are coming in here to snap up landed property, and the price, it push the price up, right? So this is something of the effect of the transformation, especially the MRT, right, and so on. And this area is near to many business parks, right? Maple Tree Business Park, CBD areas, Shenton Way, right? And this is something that people find it very convenient, right? And it's really a place for people to live, work, and play, right? Because of all this, because of all these requirements or all these factors that causes the strata landed property pricing increase really very high, because they don't have much choices for conventional landed property, right? So the next best option for them to go in is actually to go for strata landed if they really want to enjoy the facilities. Yeah, right. So that is something what some of the reason why District 599 years strata landed has increased by so much as compared to any other district in Singapore. Yeah, so if you guys, I mean, since we are in the strata landed housing topics, right? If you guys want to know what makes a good strata landed house, well, I have a YouTube video about almost 20 minutes long, right? This is a video whereby you can go and listen, right? So I have some example to quote to you as well, right? What are the things that you have to look out for if you are buying a strata landed house? Yeah, so where can you find the YouTube recording? You can go to my YouTube channel under Jip Ng, right? And from there you can try to search for this video titled "What Makes a Good Strata Landed Housing Project," right? So if you guys find this is beneficial to you and you would like to understand more, right? And you want to get notified whenever I have some good content posted up to my YouTube channels, do remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell, right? So you will be notified whenever I have a new video putting up. Yeah, and in my YouTube channel also, you are able to find a lot of topics on landed property and also on strata landed housing. Yeah, so I leave it to you. If you guys want, you can head on to my YouTube channel after you listening to my sharing, my presence sharing. Yeah, you can go head on to the YouTube channel and find some topics that you might be interested at. Yeah, right. So what makes a good strata landed house? The number one important factors is actually you must have a big plot of land, right? And this is because strata landed housing are catered to the number one group of buyers is actually those buyers with children, right? And why they want to go for strata landed house? Because they want to stay in a landed property, but yet they still want the children to enjoy the condominium facilities, and that's the reason why they want to come into strata landed house. So imagine if your plot of land is very small and you only build 10 strata houses, and you only have a space for a very small swimming pool, right? So will you be able to attract this kind of buyer to come into your strata landed house next time if you want to sell the unit away, right? So that will affect your exit plan in the future if your plot of land is not big enough, right? This is through my experience that I have gathered. Yeah, so big plot of land is very important for strata landed projects. Yeah, and right now I am going to share with all of you, right, Singapore's biggest plot of residential land that consists of strata landed housing is coming to District 5. Yes, you never hear wrongly. Well, District 5 is going to get the biggest residential site in Singapore that consists of strata landed projects. Yeah, it's coming very, very soon. Yeah, this is a plot of land. You see how huge is this plot of land? It consists of more than 680,000 square feet and surrounded by a lot of greenery. You don't see any other residential projects surrounded these projects. So there's something very, very unique, and you are on the elevated ground, right? And because of a big plot of land, you are able to get many impressive facilities, right? All the hard courts consists of tennis court and basketball courts, right? 50-meter pool, right? They got so many pools inside this project, and this is something like very, very creative, and the architect actually get the idea from the Amazon rainforest, the rivers in the South America, right? And inside this project, you really can see a lot of tropical trees as well, right? So it's a very, very unique living environment, and none of the project in Singapore, right? I'm talking about those strata landed project that can come close in terms of facilities enjoyments to this particular new project that is upcoming in District 5, right? And this is another view. You can see you don't see high-rise building, and this is Science Park 1, right? Also bounded by the expressway, and you have a private entry route to the whole project from the AYE, right? So it's something unique, and more than 680,000 square feet. Singapore's biggest condominium right now in Tampines, Treasure at Tampines. This size is about 700,000 square feet. So this plot of land is about the same like Treasure at Tampines. But Treasure at Tampines have 2,200 units. This new project that are upcoming in District 5 only have 1,800 over units, right? So the main draw is actually 80-20 rules, meaning what? 20% only used for building, 80% are for landscaping, and that's very different from this Treasure at Tampines, right? Because Treasure at Tampines come with multiple blocks, but for this particular D5 project, only 20% of the whole land of 680,000 square feet are catered for buildings. The rest are all for landscaping and facilities. So there's something unique, and you can feel the space, the distance between blocks and so on. So there's an advantage, right? So this is one of the artist impression. You can see actually surrounded by all the greens, and behind are the Southern Sea, right? Southern Sea. So those on high-rise people, they are able to have a sea view, right, from those blocks facing the southern direction. Yeah, right. So this is AYE. So where is this located? This project is called Normanton Park, right? It's, I think, the top of the town because of the big size, because it's one of the biggest ever en bloc sites in Singapore, right? Now the particular plot of land is here and bounded by AYE, right, and Cambridge Park. Right, so this is a very, very unique plot of land, and your distance to CBD, in fact, is very, very close. Right, if you travel down by AYE in a matter of less than maybe 10 minutes, you will hit the CBD area. Right, and to the western side, you'll hit the Jurong second CBD. In fact, I think in also about 10 minutes time. Right, so this is a very, very centralized location and bounded by a lot of very near to schools. All these are international schools and so on. ACS, right? NUH, right? It will also have NUH and NUS, right? So this is something location whereby lack of landed property supply, I would say. Right, not many. You are not able to find a lot of landed property along the southern side of the Singapore. Only the west coast, the Pasir Panjang area, you are able to find some. On the total number is about 3,400 plus units thereabout. Right, so not many landed property supply in this area. Right, and this is something that I already mentioned. Normanton Park is walking distance to Cambridge Park, direct access because you are just next to it. Right, Science Park 1, if you walk about 7 minutes, right, and you are only about 60 minutes walk to the nearest MRT station, Cambridge MRT stations, right? But if you drive, many places are within 10 minutes, like NUH, 3 minutes, ACS, 6 minutes, one north, the Star Vista, they are only opposite Normanton Park, right? And School of Science and Technology, Maple Tree Business City, they are only 7 minutes away, right? Holland Village, United World College, 8 minutes drive. Vivo City and West Coast Park, we are only 9 minutes drive. Singapore Poly, Harbourfront, 10 minutes drive, right? Dempsey Hill, Orchard area, Jurong Lake, second CBD, 11 minutes drive. Greater Southern Waterfront, high-speed rail is about 12 minutes drive. You can see Orchard Road, we are only 13 minutes away. Nanyang Girl High School, Resort World Sentosa, we are only talking about 14 minutes. That's why, I mean, to get a landed property with this kind of accessibility, right, I think it's not a lot in Singapore, right? Especially those, if you are able to find Bukit Timah in the District 10 area, the pricing will be very much more expensive, right? So buyer will start to feel that, this part of the island, I think, is still within their reach. And more people are coming into here to buy landed property. That's why the pricing we have seen an increase in the pricing over the years, right? Because this part of the island is getting very, very convenient, right? Okay, so this is the Greater Southern Waterfront. So if you talk about Normanton Park, we are very close to the Southern Sea, right? So definitely this will be the future transformation, and the pricing of property along the waterfront here is going to get very, very expensive, right? Expensive, right? And this is a mega project that Singapore government is embarking on, and it will take maybe 5 to 30 years to see a fully developed up in this particular waterfront. vicinities. Yeah, something a lot of Singaporeans are looking forward to, right? But definitely you have to pay a premium when you come to waterfront living, right? Even though Singapore is an island, definitely we don't have a lot of space for waterfront, like so close to the sea. I think this is the only one in Singapore, right, that you will be able to experience next time. Yeah, right. And this will be the grand entry. It's really a very long drop-off point whereby you can park, I think, about 4 to 5 cars at one time. So this kind of drop-off point is very rare in Singapore, but it's really very grand, right? So imagine if you are the owner in this project, how will you feel, right? So something you can look out for, and it's only huge plot of land, then we are able to get this kind of facilities, right? That's why I say strata landed, definitely huge plot of land, you are able to enjoy more things as compared to a small plot of land, right? This is the pool, or the pool that they get the idea from the inspiration from the Amazon rivers in South America, right? And inside the project, you will see a lot of tropical trees as well, right? And I say 20-80 rules, meaning the building only occupied 20% of the whole plot of land. That's why the building distance are very far away. That is one of the very unique selling point for these mega projects, right? Normally mega projects, then you see a lot of, because they want to build more units, so you will see a lot of units in the project. But for this particular one, you only have 9 towers, right? 9 towers, and occupying 20% of the whole 680,000 square feet of land. I think that is amazing, right? So meaning you will have a lot of space to walk around, a lot of facilities to enjoy, a very nice landscaping to admire, right? So look out for this, and see the river, very nice. All these are able to swim. They are not just making for show, right? At the same time, it's not boring, right? It really feel like you are in the jungle of South America, right? And the water features, the water body work is actually not small, right? They are quite wide and they are very long. Yeah, so that is something I think a lot of projects are not able to compare to this particular one. Yeah. Then if those people who are really serious in swimming, this 50-meter lap pool definitely will be able to do the job as well, right? Okay, so very nice night view from here. We have plenty of this kind of pavilions, dining pavilions, whereby you are able to occupy them for your dinner, and some of the pavilion will come with the barbecue facilities as well, right? So imagine if you are staying inside here, and these are your strata landed housing, right? You are overlooking at the pool, at the whole landscaping. What kind of view are you able to get, right? And this is the strata landed. See, part of it. Every strata landed in front will have a pool, but this is not your own pool, but it's a common area. But this project got plenty of pools, right? So if you get a pool in front of your house, most likely it's more convenient for those people who stay inside the strata landed, right? So imagine if you're here, then you are able to enjoy the pool in front of your house. So there's something other strata landed project might not be able to offer, right? So look at this picture, so nice. This is a common pool, but the pool just positioned outside every individual strata landed house, right? So because of that, when you walk out from your house, straight away you can jump into the pool, right? So there's something very unique, and not all the strata landed project come with this kind of conveniences, right? And here is the garden, and the best part is you enjoy the garden is outside your house, but it's classified under the common area, right? So someone will be taking care of the maintenance for you. You don't have to worry about maintaining the garden and so on. It will be part of the MCST job, right? But it's in front of your house, like your own private garden. What kind of feel can it be? It's something like this, right? It's your own garden here. You have the garden view. You can enjoy the plants, the view of all the greens, but yet you don't get your own gardener to maintain it, right? So there's something I think is very interesting, and this form a very unique portion of this particular project, Strata landed housing, right? Also, this is the back of the project, right? I think it's a very, very nice, serene environment. A lot of greenery, a lot of tropical trees, and so on, right? 鸟语花香. I think that's best words to describe in Chinese for this particular environment, right? Okay, so, but the sad thing is only 22 units. So developer don't build many terraces in this area. In this particular project, the whole project consists of 1,862 residential units, and out of that, 22 units belong to this strata house, right? These are the strata house 1 to 11, and here 13 to 31, right? All these are strata house. So every strata house in front get a private, a common pool. It's like your own pool, but it's not your own pool in a way that you are able to. You will be the one that have the most convenient access to this particular pool and this pool, yet they are a common area, right? And every house in front also have the garden, but it's not maintained by you, but you will be getting the garden view, right? So something so interesting. This is another row of houses, 33 to 43. Yeah, so if you go and count all this, you add up to only 22 units. Only 22 units. So it's very rare. Like what I said, this Street 5 has a very limited supply of landed property, and including this kind of strata landed is not a lot, right? But by far, this will be the biggest plot of land that you are able to see strata landed in the whole of District 5, and the most impressive facilities that you are able to get, right, in District 5. Yeah, right. And it's a smart home as well. Like you'll get a smart security, smart living, and a smart community. So everything will make for you. You will come with it, and it will be at your convenience, right? So something that you don't have to worry about, as compared to the older landed project. Definitely, all this will be out of the thing, unless you rebuild yourself and you spend money to hook up the whole house as a smart home, right? Other than that, you will not be able to enjoy. But in this project, if you come in, all this will be ready for you, right? Something very, very good. Yeah, right. And like what I say, big plot of land, then you get more than 110 facilities to enjoy. And that's something whereby you will not be able to get in the conventional landed property. Yeah, that's why some buyers prefer to come to strata landed, because they want to enjoy all these facilities, right? So something in the growing trend, and that's maybe one of the reasons why District 5, 99 years strata landed hit, the price went up by so high, right? So something that you might want to take note. All right. Okay, so the best part of this project is because of the many units, the maintenance fee can be very low, $360 per month. Oh, that is really very, very low for Terrace house. Another Terrace project, another strata project that I'm doing at the District 19, the maintenance fee is $600. But over here, you get more things to enjoy, but you only pay $360 per month, and yet you get a private car park lot, right? It's a designated lot in front of your house in the basement, right? So this is like almost a HDB kind of pricing, but you are staying in a landed strata landed project having more than 110 facilities to enjoy, right? In longer term, definitely you will save a lot in terms of maintenance fee, right? This is something a conventional lender will not be able to provide you, right? So strata lender has their own group of audiences, and if people really want to enjoy the facilities because of the kids growing up, I think strata lender is definitely a very good choice if they want a much bigger space as compared to condo in the market today, right? So look out for this. And like what I said earlier, developer might not want to build many strata landed in the future already, because there's no incentive, right? So pure strata landed project in a landed estate, you might not be able to get any more, right? So the future strata landed might only be able to seen in this kind of condominium projects, right? Whereby developer will provide, like for example, this one, 22 units out of the 1,800 units. So the number, in fact, is very, very low, right? And because the land cost of GLS or on block site is going to get more expensive, right? So whenever they have such a new project pushing out, the price again will go up to the new level because of the land cost that they paid for, right? They are not able to make it cheaper, right? So the longer you wait to buy even a 99-year strata landed, if you want a brand new, then the pricing will be getting more expensive moving forwards, right? And this is the Strata Terrace at Cambridge Hill, which is not very far from here. You can see, right, the size of a 2,000 square feet already hit more than 3 million, right? And this is from 2018, yeah, right. This is just recent transaction, so it is very recent. Buyer are willing to pay 3 million over dollars for a 99-year strata landed in this part of the island, right? And Normanton Park having this kind of enjoyment, your own garden, right? Your own pool in front, direct access to the pool, right? With this kind of facilities, with the 680,000 square feet of land, with more than 110 facilities that you are able to enjoy in Normanton Park, right? And the size of 2,110 square feet for every individual strata landed, 2-story with a basement, right? 4 bidders plus a house shelter with the designated car lots, right? You'll be expecting to pay about 3.4 over millions onwards, right? But because of the kind of facilities, because of the location at the Greater One North, because of the easily accessible to AYE, to West Coast Highway, to CTEs, and because of all these conveniences, I think this project definitely, if those people who really admire big plot of land, who want this kind of lifestyle enjoyment, then only have 22 units, so the pricing is from 3.4 something, right? So do you see it's expensive or it's reasonable? I leave it to you, but only 22 units. If you really want a lifestyle staying, if you want to be a unique people, different from the rest of the 1,800 over units owners, then this 22 units might be something that you can consider if you are a lifestyle person, right? And yes, if you want to be the first to experience this biggest residential plot in Singapore consists of strata landed house, you need to register to go into the show flat for the preview, right? Our preview is going to start from 2nd January 2021, next month, right? And the booking of the units will be on 16th of January 2021. Yeah, so we have about 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks for the preview. Yeah, so the slots are already opened up for booking and it's taking up quite fast, right? So in case if you really want to come in and have an experience of how the strata landed housing looks like, how it feels in 680,000 square feet of land, right? The model, I can tell you, is huge. When you walk into the show fair, you'll be amazed by the developer models and so on, right? You can always call me, text me. My name is Jip Ng. My number is 94772000, right? Just tell me you want to come down and I can help you to secure your preferred slots and the date, right, of visiting. Or just let me know. I will be helping you to secure the thing. Yeah, so if not, then if you want to find out more about landed property knowledge, like whether can PR buy strata landed project or not, why some strata landed project are able to sell to PR or even the foreigners, right? And a lot of knowledge in terms of route line plan, in terms of reconstruction, rebuild, in terms of different category of routes, in terms of what are the things that you have to look out for if you're buying a landed property, right? So for Strata project, what causes the price to go up and so on. You can always head to my YouTube channel under Jip Ng. Yeah, inside I have prepared quite a number of contents that I am quite confident you will really beneficial you, right? If you are looking into a private or a landed property or even a HDB property, right? So if you find my YouTube channel content useful, right, remember to subscribe and hit onto the notification bell, yeah, so that you will be able to receive notification whenever I put up some new content again moving forwards. Yeah, so with that, my name is Jip Ng. I really hope you enjoy my sharing today, and I will look forward to see you very soon. And do remember to text me or call me, or even if you can WhatsApp me at 9477-2000. Yeah, with that, I mean, if one of these days I really got a chance to see you, I might be able to share some of my rich experience in landed property with all of you who are looking into landed property, right? So with that, thank you, and Merry Christmas to all of you. Have a good day. See you soon.